Happy hump day. Today was day 3 of construction on my bathroom. So I was trying to relax, trying to sleep because I wake up really early, so I need to take a nap. And they're drilling and shit, pulling all the tile up. They're coming back tomorrow to install the new tile, right? But while they were here, they broke my one operable toilet. You fucking broke it, you guys. And had to run to Home Depot and get replacement parts and fucking fix it. This is like everyday person problems. So they did fix it. It took about 2 hours. So, and oftentimes I gotta pee. I gotta pee, guys. I mean, I'm a human being just like everybody else. And the fact that they left my toilet inoperable because motherfucker pushed too hard down on the handle. I don't even know if they're gonna fucking try and charge me for that bullshit. That was their fault. They fucking did that. I feel like I'm angry at everyone right now. Like angry at everybody. I talked to an old friend of mine this morning and I'm like, do you know what that bastard did to me? Do you know how he treated me? We were dating for 2 years and this motherfucker told me that his teenage daughters were crying. Can't. They spent 3 days with him and then supposedly were crying that they don't get enough time with him. He has also told me in the past, like he called the younger daughter who is 16. He's like, well, she's only like 12. And I'm like, what? She's like fucking 16, dude. What are you talking about? She's 12. There's something seriously wrong in his household. I don't know what's going on there. But I left him a message after he was a complete shithead when my house got nearly broken into, and he was like, I don't need to check in on you. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I your lover for 2 years? You don't need to check in on me? Okay. He, he said that he would check in on everybody else that's close to him except for me and probably except for his son because he was shit to his son too. So I left him a message on Saturday and I said, you try and run for anything and I will be very honest with anybody who asks me about my experiences with you. I will be absolutely honest about it. That guy makes up so much bullshit. Oh my God. He was making up so much bullshit. My daughters were crying. 16 and 18 years old. Oh, yes. They are crying that they don't get enough time with daddy. Fucking liar. Like, if you want to break up with me, give me the real reason, please. Just tell me, like, I don't feel like we're really connecting. Or, just like give me a real fucking reason. Don't give me this bullshit of, it's somebody else's fault. It's my daughter's fault. Like, why would you do that? Just be real. Like, say, I feel like we're not connecting. Like, why would you go there? You're dragging a bunch of other people into a situation that they don't need to be into. Okay, so Chantel is out and about again, apparently. I really don't have much to say about that, except that she knows she is morbidly obese. She is a death fat. She's not eating properly. She's already back online eating in front of camera. For what? What do you hope to achieve through that? Okay, I'm back live. It was spam. It was spam. So basically, I'm mad at like everybody. I'm mad at like everybody right now. I'm so disappointed with everybody. I can't believe that they came in here, they tore up all my tile, and then they fucking destroyed the one operable toilet I have. They did fix it within 2 hours, but I had to make phone calls to make that happen. I was like, oh, hell no. You're not leaving me with no operable toilets. That's some bullshit. Are you for real? Like, I literally have to repair all the damages in my master bedroom. I have a door that needs to be repaired because somebody tried to bang it down. My downstairs neighbors were acting really weird last night, and I had to contact them and be like, why is there all kinds of noise and banging going on downstairs? And they're like, it's a family situation, don't worry about it. And I'm like, well, it's freaking me out. I got PTSD. I don't even know what to say about like everybody around me. I just want to live in peace, And they were banging shit around at like 10 at night. And the attack on me happened around 11:30, 11:40 on July 4th. And I don't know who it was. I don't think it was either of them because they're a little too old to have banged in my door so severely. I feel like there's only two options. Bye, Sarpy. Hey, Kalari, how are you doing? I know you've been getting attacked a lot lately. Holy shit. Just made a nice garden salad for dinner and relaxing. I haven't been able to eat at all today because of all the shit that, like all the construction and there's been dust in the air. I tried to take a nap and there was like drilling going on. And then they broke my toilet. You know, like I went to the bathroom and I'm like, you can't flush because the motherfucker pushed the handle down too far. Well, they did run out to Home Depot and they got the parts, and within 2 hours it was repaired. But still, it's like, thank you so much, Kalari. I appreciate your big hugs. It's just been it's been a rough week. I've had construction every day this week and I will continue to. They're going to bring the tiles tomorrow. They're going to inspect the door on Friday. It's just been so much shit, And like I've been watching Chantel as a pastime, right? As I imagine you have as well. And I watch her in all of her privilege, sucking up the resources of people who are less fortunate than her. It is a lot to deal with. She's in family housing. She is taking housing away from people who are less fortunate from her. She's a leech, but she boosted my book on your book sales. Well, get everything you can out of it. Like, for real. She never mentions my name, but she always watches my channel. Okay? I know because, like, she repeats things that I say, right? She repeats things that I say. So I know that she watches me. Yeah, people who worked hard, she doesn't deserve to be in that apartment. No, she copied your mukbang. You're saying, are you talking about my Chinese one where I was like, scallops? Let's have scallops and Chinese broccoli. And this is an actual portion size. She did. She copied that. She's copied a lot of stuff. And you know what's funny, Kalari? She's been watching my hiker mishaps shit too. She's been watching like the stories I've been covering on like hiker disasters as well. Little Kitty, hi, oh my god, I'm such a big fan. Can you please give a shout out? I'm subscribed. Oh, yeah. Shout out to you, Little Kitty. Um, she's like human silly putty. She will copy your. Dude, she didn't go to the hospital. I'm being real with you. She was not in the hospital. When I was in the hospital, I had severe back spasms for like 2 days afterwards. And I weigh 139 pounds. There's no way she was lying in a hospital bed for an entire night. She's lying her ass off again. Were you guys watching Pulpy's syntax? He went into this whole in-depth conversation about like True Blood. I don't know why. I don't even know. I don't remember why they got into that conversation, but just a side note, like a weird thing about me is that I am a distant cousin of Anna Paquin. She's part of my family line. I'm part of the Pikey family line. They changed the pronunciation when they got down to the south, right? But the Paquins, as you would originally pronounce it, um, Nicholas Paquin came in from France to Canada, and he basically spawned all of us, including the first native born Prime Minister of Canada. Do I have any Canada relations? Not really. I mean, like, if you looked at my family line, I probably have like some distant cousins up there and shit. She said no one in the hospital said she had weight issues. That's some bullshit. Yes, it was funny. The vampire talk was due to her comparing my book to Twilight. Dude, I've owned that Twilight book for like 20 years. I still haven't read it. Like, I have not picked it up. I don't think she has either, by the way. I don't think she reads because she was literally calling Anne Rice Anna Rice on her live stream the other day. That is amazing. I don't know if I have famous stuff. Well, you could probably trace it back. I did this all in the early odds. Like, I did a lot of genealogy back then. No, she doesn't read. Her whole thing of, I want to sit under a tree and read a book. You're not going to fucking read. Like, you haven't even gotten past page 55 of the Quran? Did you even get to page 55 of the Quran? Come on now. You don't read shit. She hasn't read anything. She couldn't even. Okay, so she called her Anna Rice, and she couldn't make any anecdotal references to anything in the books. She watches TikTok. That's her literary short form videos. She made a reference to reading Anna Rice Corn novels. Okay, so Anne Rice, actually wrote those under the name, I think, Rolliquin, and it was called the Sleeping Beauty series. She should have known that off the top of her head if she actually read that series. I have not read that series, and I know that. My brother read the series. I'm well aware of it. I know that that's what she did. You know, but I've read several of her other books, so I'm aware of what she did. That is so shocking that she'd be like, "Oh yes, I read this Corn series, you know, back in the day." But she couldn't even say the Sleeping Beauty series. You couldn't even fucking say that, Chantal. You don't even know the name of the book series that you supposedly watched. I have several Anne Rice novels. I mentioned Memnoch the Devil in a live stream I did like yesterday or something, or the day before. Because I was like, you know, there was this really sacrilegious shit that she wrote. And when she came back to the Catholic Church, they asked her, um, do you regret anything that you wrote? And she's like, nope. Nope. Okay, so you're cool with Lestat sucking the blood of Jesus in Mount Ida. Okay. I have an Alan Moore adult series graphic using Wendy, Alice, and Dorothy. He did a series with his wife. Sounds interesting. I have not seen this. I have not seen this. I've just been like, the last book I got from Anne Rice was her, I think it's like werewolf. It's like a werewolf series. And the problem with Anne Rice's writing is that sometimes she goes into such long tangents that it gets so boring. I put the book down and I don't go back to it for a long time. Like, for instance, that Lasher series. I don't remember if it was like the second or the third book, but one of those books, she spent like 40 pages describing the flowers in the garden. And I was like, I can't. I've already heard about your bougainvillea. I just can't. Yeah, sci-fi is like that too. It's why I decided to be character driven instead of symbolism nonsense. Yeah, like I appreciate some descriptive language, like, but if you're gonna spend 40 fucking pages telling me about all the flowers in the front yard, I'm probably gonna put the book down. You know? I was also done with the Mummy. The one the Mummy book she wrote. I got like halfway through it and I was like, I'm so bored right now. I can't. Sometimes Anne Rice does that to me. I'm just like, I'm so bored with all of your flowery bullshit language that I can't handle it anymore. They're redoing VC Andrews Flowers in the Attic as a movie. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Did this burn out? I can't, even with my cigarettes, you guys. My cigarettes keep burning out. Am I going to be nattered? Kalari, did you see the video I did about my stalker? This guy's been stalking me for 3 fucking years. And I'm not the only one, but I'm his favorite. I'm his favorite. And he has a big crush on me. But he's come after several people who are progressive activists, or at least claim to be, and claims that we're all deep state. Yeah, this guy's been coming after me for 3 years, and he pulls videos from like some Karen website, And it's like, she kind of looks like her. I think it's her. I think she's the Karen in this Dairy Queen video. Do you even know what state that fucking happened in? Do you know when it happened? I mean, I've been handicapped for 2 years now. So how is it possible that I was that person in the video? Actually, I think he's just high. I think he smokes a lot of weed because you can kind of hear him smoking it in the background. And he's not shy about it either. He talks about how much he enjoys doing that and calls everybody else um, drug addicts. And that we have, what does he call it? Cardiac dyskinesia. It's a really rare condition, but he says we all have it. Like everybody on YouTube has it. Everything on YouTube is fake. So, Kalari, that means you as well, alright? Everything on YouTube is fake, except for him. And he has perfect pitch. Except he doesn't. He's totally tone deaf. And that's why he doesn't like me, as I pointed that out. Because he kept coming after me. So I made a couple videos making fun of the fact that he's tone deaf. That was like 2 fucking years ago. I'm a total alien from another planet. You know what? We all have our own windows, our own worlds, our own shit that we're dealing with, Kalari. It's all going to be different for all of us. You know what I'm saying? It's not um I don't know what to say, but I think I'm going to try and stick to the hiking disasters and maybe cover some Eugenia Cooney content because Chantel is so stupid. Just being real, she is so stupid. I just can't handle it. He sounds like someone who thinks he's the. Oh, yes, he does. He's like, I have a master's from XYZ college in England. I'd be interested in that. Foodie is a stale. I think that Foodie is making some very bad decisions for herself right now. But I also believe that she is not as sick as she's letting on. I don't think she went to the hospital. I'm good with my associate's degree. I don't even use it. And it costs me too much money. She's got chronic libitis. I don't think she went to the hospital, Kalari. Because she'd be complaining of back pain if she was in a hospital bed for as long as she asserts. I mean, I was in the hospital in late October, and when I was finally released, I had muscle spasms in my lower back for the rest of the weekend. I think she fabricates. Of course she fabricates for pity because she's hoping people give her like super chats and shit. Right? She's looking for those donations and she doesn't like being called heifer, Kalari. But you know what? Even if you didn't call her heifer, she would find some other reason to be mad at you. She would find some other reason to be mad at you, even if you weren't, saying that. I gotta have some peanuts because I really haven't eaten anything all day, you guys. They were so disruptive to my day, and they fucked up my toilet, and then they had to come back and repair it. She attacks my looks, but I'm Gen X. Attack my own looks. You're younger than me, Kalari. You're 47, right? I'm 50. She doesn't come after me. I think she's kind of scared of me. I'm 50. I am Gen X. We're both on the tail end of Gen X, Kalari. We're both on the tail end of it. Like everybody else in Gen X is like older than us. Um, they're all quite a bit older than us. Um, my ex-boyfriend was like at the top end of Gen X. He was practically a boomer. Heffa doesn't realize we grew up before bullying was banned. My ex, too. Seriously. We invented internet trolling, right, Glory? I mean, I was on the Star Wars message boards in the early aughts, trolling all kinds of ways. I even got fucking perma banned. I got perma banned, and I started up a new account to rejoin the clan. But like, we had already I had traded phone numbers and stuff with a lot of these people. Like, I have friends all across the world from that experience. Now, they're not like interested in my political activities. I know you get political too, Kalari. They're not interested in my political activism. They're not interested necessarily in me following these eating disorder channels, but they have known me since the early aughts. And every once in a while, when the Star Wars franchise puts together like a convention, like a celebration convention, we'll get together. We'll meet up and hang out together. So it's not like I haven't met these people in person. I've met them in person. I've gone to like a wedding and shit. I met my hubby on an IRC forums 20 years ago. We were friends for years due to gaming smack talk before we married. That's good. That's good, Kalari. I actually, I was dating one of the dudes I met on the message boards for 7 years, but he turned out to be a real asshole. I had to kick him out. He was just stupid as fuck. Basically, he came. Okay, so we lived together in Virginia. I was burdening most of the weight of our expenses because I had a better job. And when I wanted to come back to California, he pretended like it wasn't going to happen. He just like pretended that I didn't hear that. You're not going back. Mm-mm. So, in the last 2 months that I was in Virginia, I had to sleep in a. We had a 2 bedroom with den, right? So I had to sleep in the den on an air mattress because I couldn't tolerate being around him anymore, you know? The older I get, the less nonsense I'll put up with from a partner. I dealt with a really bad guy and now I'm with a sweet gaming nerd. That's cool. I'm so happy for you, Kalari. That's awesome. I haven't found the right guy yet, you know? I've basically had a lot of guys that just want to do me. But I had to sleep on a fucking air mattress for the last 2 months before I moved because he became so miserable. He didn't want to believe that we were really moving back to California. And when we moved back, it takes time and not compromising yourself. That's what I've always tried to do, but I'm also like, I've also been that kind of person who's like, am I being too harsh? Am I being too judgmental? Do I need to be more forgiving in this situation? You know what I mean? And I'm the older I'm getting, the more I'm realizing I need to stand my ground because this is some bullshit, right? I drove all the way back home from Richmond, Virginia to California, Southern California. And for a year, he was telling me that he had been taking anger management courses. Nope, he wasn't. So he had me fly out to help him move back to California with me. And he said he had saved up money to do this, and he had not. So I had to spend money to help him rent the truck and shit. And his car did not have air conditioning, right? So this was like July that we did this, or like end of June or something, but it was really fucking hot. Okay, it's really hot. And so you have to have the windows down. I was driving the car while he was driving the truck with his cat in the car in a cage. And I got severely sunburned on night one. The heat alone would have made me cranky. Oh my God, I was in terrible condition. By the way, there is a great chili dog chain. Just being real. There's a great chili dog chain at the corner of Virginia and Tennessee, I think. And it's just up by like the where they have that greetings to Tennessee. Here's Dolly Parton's life-size statue kind of thing, right? They have this chain called Pals that is so good, Kalari. It's really good. They mix mustard into their chili. It's really fucking good. So good. I know I might be like kind of skinny now, but look, I love to eat. I love to eat. So, anyway, I got like severely burned on day one, and he got all pissed off because my brother in law lives in Tennessee. I may check it out when we visit him. It's really on the very east side of the state. Okay, the east upper section of the state is where those restaurants are. And they just have them kind of all over there and like Virginia, um, maybe West Virginia. I think those lines all connect right there. But they're so good. And you know how they are in Tennessee, they're really slow, right? When you order food and stuff, they're like, okay, let me make that for you. And they're like, they take for like a half hour to make a sandwich for you. These people are fucking on it. They, they're so fast. They're so good. They're so fast. And the food is great. How is he mad at you for getting sunburned? Because I had to ask him to take me to like a Walmart or a Target or something to get like a light long sleeve shirt so I wasn't going to get burned further. So he didn't like that there was going to be a delay, right? I still have that shirt in my closet. That's why I keep mentioning that about Chantel, that she's wearing all this heavy clothes when she could be wearing thin cotton materials. And it's like so hot, you know? Wow, how dare you not want to get more sun damage? I know, I was like fucking lobster red. I was all this side, right? Because this is the driver's side. This whole side of my body. Hey, Robert, how you doing? You went to Dollywood 30 years ago when you were 10. I've never been to Dollywood, but she has. There's some stuff up to her at the Welcome Center. When you first go into the state, there's some stuff up about Dolly Parton, because obviously she's done a lot for the state. She's donated a lot. Dolly Parton. I will always love you. That was her song. It wasn't Whitney Houston. Hey, Jesse. Big Dolly fan from England. I love it when my chatters get together. So yeah, so we traveled the country together, and I, I brought her a brownie mix from the store. Made them for kiddo. He likes them. I didn't know she made a brownie mix. But I suppose I'm not surprised. She's probably very industrious, right? Hey Jess, how are you doing? With Duncan Hines? Was that on a song or something? Hey Jesse, bonjour. Mi amigos. Wow, you all jumping in now. I can't even keep up. I might actually have to designate moderators. I don't know if I can keep up with this. You guys are hilarious. But yeah, we traveled all the way back. It took a long time because we had the cat. I have now traveled 3 times across the country with cats in the car. And I can tell you, it's not cool. You have to get like those disposable cat pans. They have them at grocery stores. They're like a one-use cat pan. And you have to pick motels that allow you to be there with your pet, right? So I had to do this each time that I traveled. And one of the times on the way back, this was the time I was with my ex-boyfriend. We stopped at the Grand Canyon. And we were like, you're not supposed to leave your pet alone at all, right? But we're like, it's just going to be like a couple hours. It's not a big deal, right? No problem. We're going to be fine, right? So we go to the Grand Canyon. And my motherfucking boyfriend, like, walked right up to the edge. And I said, are you sure you should be doing that? You're not exactly, your balance isn't great. And everybody around me looked at me like I was the bitch who said it. Look, if you know somebody is not capable, if you know somebody is not capable, then say something about it, because that motherfucker could have fallen right off the edge. And then what am I supposed to do? I got his cat in the hotel room, and now I got to deal with recovering his body. Why are we talking about Joe Biden now? I'm literally telling stories about traveling cross country. Mordecai, don't be a dick, okay? We're not talking politics. I'm every woman. That's not what I was singing, though, Robert. I was singing, I will always love you. Not the same song. Okay, goodbye, Mordecai. If you're just gonna jump in here and be weird, you can jump down. You want to go to Japan, Jesse? I've kind of wanted to go to Japan, but I heard that they are very misogynistic. And so I've been a little scared of it, but I heard their Disneyland is rad. I've heard the Disneyland they have there is absolutely rad. England is so expensive to travel around. Just as much as a foreign holiday would be. It's crazy now. You know what I'd really like to do is a trip to England where it's like a Jane Austen trip. You know, like a go to Bath and all these different places, Pemberley, all these places that they filmed at. I would love that so much. That would be so much fun for me. He was on Kalari, he was on my chat the other day too, but he didn't say anything weird. I don't know why he came in here and started talking politics. They have hot springs in Japan, Kalari? I would love the English countryside. Obviously in the summer though. It's gotta be the summer. I want to see Pemberley. Yeah, I mean, obviously Whitney like brought it to the top 40, but it was Dolly's song, right? So many cool castles. Yeah, I mean, like I would like to go up to Scotland too. I'd like to do a trip where I'm doing England, Scotland, and Ireland. In the name of love. I think cherry blossom season has already passed, Jesse. I mean, I don't know which country you're talking about, but like they gave us a bunch of cherry trees for DC, and that already happened in springtime. Cherry blossom season is over. I'd like to see all that. I'd love to see Scotland. It has passed. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know what's going on in Japan, but at least the trees they gave us for DC, they're done. They already did their thing, right? Your birthday is the 30th of March, so you would know cherry season. Okay, cool, cool. Kalari, I'm hoping to visit Germany. I married a German American. I'm a German American girlfriend. And who, but I spreche Deutsch. Laugh a lot. I've never been to Germany, but three of my lines are German, right? One of my lines is English, French, Creole. That's where my line is connected to Anna Paquin. And the first native born prime minister of Canada. That comes from that side of my family. But that side of my family also was like an original settlers in America, town people, you know. Liz Callahan. I speak Deutsch. I don't speak German, okay? But I can make my best effort. I've been all around Germany. It's awesome, very hip. My cousin, my younger cousin. Okay, so my younger cousins are kind of hilarious because why is it that like um your younger siblings, cousins, whatever, they look up to you because they think you're cool, right? So I was like this goth when I was a kid. I had been dyeing my hair black, shaving the sides, and they wanted to be like me for some god awful reason. For some reason, they wanted to be like me. My youngest cousin ended up becoming a rocket scientist, you guys. Um, and he is a teacher at a college. Um, and my cousin he's like 1 or 2 years up from me. He got like a travel agency license. So he hooks up my younger cousin with all these travel deals. And my youngest cousin goes to like Eastern Europe and Germany all the time with all of his whole family, his young children, all of them. And what is that fucking scary ass thing? It's not the Kraken, but there's some sort of scary ass thing that comes out for Christmas. They go every year to watch this parade with this fucking scary thing. It's getting buggy out here, you guys. I hope you get to go see Germany, Kalari. That sounds rad. I'm trying to catch up on the comments, you guys. We have a town here in Michigan called Frankenmuth. It's Christmas all year round. We used to have like a Santa's Village type thing up by Big Bear. I don't think it's still active, but it was. It used to be going Krampus. Thank you, Jesse. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Um, we used to have a Christmas town that was active year round, and I think they didn't get enough people, right? Has so many nice places to visit. It does. The hills are alive with the sound of music. That's actually in Austria, though. I told the story before, but my grandfather, for my entire youth, told us that we were Austrian. Can somebody translate what I Ricky just said? Because I don't know what that is. I think little shops keep Frankenmuth viable. They have a lot of bakeries, delis, and clothing and shops. We have a lot of little, like, older towns. I don't get the translate option, Kalari, on live chat. You know what, though? The chat's just going to disappear when I'm done, so whatever. Who's looking bad in shorts? I haven't even been wearing shorts in weeks. this another Chantel troll? I haven't worn shorts in weeks, so I don't know who would be commenting on my much skinnier body than Chantel's, but you do you. Um, we have a lot of little towns like that, Kalari. We've got some kind of like ghost towns, small towns. I know. I have been called obese, Kalari. I have I have received all kinds of insults on my channel. Um because she all she does is project, and I got to make sure I don't fall down cuz of my legs. You want to call me obese, girlfriend? You want to call me obese? Take your fat gunt and stay off my channel. I even said I don't even want to cover your shit anymore. Thank you, Kalari. I lost a lot of weight, Kalari. I lost 70 pounds in 2018. I got chased around by a lot of political people who were trying to defend a guy that groped me on the night of the primary. I went to court twice over it. And he was trying to chase me around. The second time we went to court, he tried to tell the judge that I was using people to intimidate him. I wasn't even aware he was. We have a stipulation agreement. He's supposed to stay away from me. Um, and some of the Central Committee members noticed him sneaking up behind me at a meeting, and they told him to go in through a different door and sit on the other side of the building. And he used that as an example of being physically intimidated. And I had no idea it even happened until they came up to me later and said, by the way, dude came up behind you and we prevented him. He was chasing me around state conventions, around club meetings, around fundraisers, all kinds of stuff that I was involved in. And apparently he's still, if my ex-boyfriend is being honest with me, which I have no idea because he seems like a liar too, he's apparently still spreading shit about me. So I don't know what that's all about. The last time I actually was accosted with his bullshit was at my ex-boyfriend's house for a volunteer party 2 years ago. Um, One of the Feel the Burn people came up to me in the kitchen and was like, but that didn't really happen, right? Like, you made that up. And so I said nothing. I got up and I left. I left the party because my boyfriend was obviously occupied talking to other people. I tried to tell him what was going on. He wasn't paying attention because he was that much of a jackass. So I left. And they're still out there. There's still an entire group of people who are like, but you made this up. I didn't make it up. Dude grabbed my ass on election night and it was unwanted. What else do you need to know? We did not have a relationship. We had never kissed. We had never had any sexual relations whatsoever. Like, the best he got out of me was like a friendly hug. So, why the fuck is it okay for all these people to chase me for years, you know? I put my piece over folks believing anything I say. You know what happened to you. I know what happened to me. But they obviously wanted to destroy me reputation wise, right? They wanted to make it impossible for me to participate in party politics. So, Kalari, when I ran for, they, they killed me on several fronts. Like, um, I got kicked out of different ventures for the Bernie campaign because of this group. I became a very successful Bernie captain for several months before we went into the pandemic. And then I ran for a DNC delegate for Bernie. And they did their level best to make sure that I would not be elected. Every single time I've run for assembly delegate, every single time I've run for committee chair, they shut me down and they throw a hate campaign against me, like a hate campaign. The first year that it happened, Kalari, I received hate mail with fecal matter in it. Stay out of our city. Stay out of our city. And he's the only guy. He's the only one that has that much hatred for me. And he has fostered it through his entire friend network, you know? I'm sorry to hear that. You sound like you would be an awesome politician. We need more honest folks. I'm the kind of politician that would be assassinated, Glory. So it's probably not the best idea for me. If people are already banging down my door on July 4th, and I'm not even involved in political organizing anymore, like, what are they going to do if I'm in a public place giving a speech? You know? Um, I feel like I would be the next Gabby Giffords, you know? I just don't see that as being my path. Plus, I've known I tell folks I can't throw hands at MTG. So I can't be in politics. Of course she sucks. Actually, I was talking to one of my political organizing allies this morning, Kalari. I mean, I've been doing this for years, Kalari. And she is working out of South Carolina, right? Highly connected throughout the country. And we were talking about this. We're just like, what happens next? You know? You got all these people who are trying to fuck up Biden's campaign right now. Um, and are they doing a backup strategy in case that actually happens? Sounds like they're prepping Jill Biden to be VP if they have to ask Joe to step down. I don't know how that's going to go because it's so late in the political season that it might be too late. Because people have mostly made up their minds by now about how they're going to vote. Um, and obviously, his debate performance was poor. It was probably a bad decision to let him go on the stage with a bully like that, you know? I've seen Biden speak, by the way, Kalari. I saw him, I have it on my channel where I went to, I think it was like called Vista, California. He did an event for Mike Levin, and he was the speaker there. I think the debates is not enough to change my. I don't think so either. Um, I rather stability over Project 2025. I think that's actually going to be the strategy, Kalari. Is they're going to be focusing much more on fear of 2025 project, which they are the Republicans are trying to recoin. Joe had a good speech here in Michigan with our auto workers. He does well with labor, even though he doesn't have a great record with labor. But yeah, he does well with labor. Um, so they're recoining it, Kalari. They're gonna call it. I think they're gonna call it Project 47 because it already has so much negative connotations around it as Project 2025. They're going to call it Project 47. That's what I'm hearing from my political network. Okay? Look, I'm not really active anymore. I'm pretty much retired, but it's not like I don't get phone calls. Is all I'm saying. I'm still reading their PDF file. It's so long and purely insane. Well, they're gonna do is change the fucking headline. They're gonna call it Project 47 for the 47th president. That's all they're gonna do. But I'm also hearing that there is serious infighting in the Republican Party, and they're trying to figure out how to get the MAGA people out. That's why, like, the Boebert situation has happened right now, Kalari. Like, okay, so they had this redistricting, and she got redistricted out of where she represents, and she cannot run in the election as a sitting congresswoman. Otherwise, like, she would have to give up her seat to run. It's like really weird circumstances. And so they put her in a position where she's basically going to get forced out, which is fine by me. Look, I don't agree with you Republicans, but if you could at least put decent people in there that are not going to be obnoxious and yelling and snooty and shit, just do your jobs, please. You know, just be respectful. Cast your votes. If I disagree with you, I disagree with you. But don't make it a fucking showcase where it gets scary for the American public. And that's what people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and who's the other one? Kalari. I can't remember the other one. There's like a third chick that's really loud. And there's the Matt dude. The Freedom Caucus is going to probably be decimated because the Republicans are over them. They're done. I didn't want to get political. It really didn't. Who is the third chick? I can't remember either. Because I haven't really been paying attention to politics for a long time now, Kalari. I've been trying to just like recover from my nerve damage. And so I'm not like totally in the game. I do get phone calls once in a while. I still talk to party leaders, but I I'm just I'm not there anymore. Like I'm not I even got I left a message for our party chair on Monday. I'm like, why are you making it so difficult for me to attend these meetings as an observer? These are supposed to be public meetings. And all I want to do is fucking watch. It's not like I'm going to interrupt you. I've been more focused on the local stuff here. The GOP here are being ridiculous now that the revenue from pot is bringing in millions. So what do they want to just cancel it or do they want to tax it? I mean, I get it if they want to like throw a tax on it. But if they throw a tax on it, they got to give a purpose to it. Like what are you going to do with that tax? Right? Like for instance, back in like 84, 85, somewhere around there, we initiated the California lottery, and all of a sudden we had a lot of fucking money. We had a lot of money, and it was supposed to be designated to schools, right? That only lasted for a few years. And then they immediately started redirecting those funds to other things. Michigan GOP thinks pot is going to lead them to hell. Laugh out loud. I don't smoke it, but I like the revenue it brings to the state. It's revitalizing so much. I get you, Kalari. You know, I have some Michigan contacts too. But Michigan is, I'll be real with you, Kalari. Michigan's kind of fucked up. Your politics are almost more fucked up than California. Um, I'll tell you about that later, okay? I'm not going to go into all of my knowledge about Michigan and like all the bullshit they're doing, but if you've ever looked at my website, on Undercovered magazine, one of the contributors wrote an article about the Watchers. The Watchers. And she was speaking exclusively about her experiences in Michigan. It's fine. I moved here from New York City originally, and NYC politics are trash too. Look at George Santos, of course. Of course. But there's also, because New York has a very concentrated population, you also have more progressives, you've got AOC, you've got like a lot of other things that kind of balance things out. Um, Whereas Michigan is far more rural, and they have some like natural, not natural disasters, they have like toxic disasters going on there and stuff. Governor Whitmer does a decent job, though. I like Big Gretch. She loves Michigan. Was she the one who they tried to assassinate? Was she the one that they came in and before Jan 6 and tried to, yeah, that's what I thought. It's scary, dude. There's so much crap going out. They were going to try and kidnap her. They were going to try and kill her, Kalari. They weren't just going to kidnap her. They were going to kill her. Okay, I've been going for an hour and 20 minutes, and I imagine my phone battery is about to die. So, but I'll talk politics with you all day long, Kalari. But I do need to shut it down now because my phone's gonna die. So, thank you all for joining me this evening. Big hugs to you as well, Kalari. And for those of you who enjoyed this chat, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and stick around. We have very exciting conversations over here. Take care, y'all. Good night.